Hi everyone. I have a project that I'm going to work on. Now this is one of those projects, and I have a really bad tendency of doing this, that I've been putting off and putting off and putting off. Now when I was back in New York, I had the idea that I wanted to put some speakers up for the big television. You know, traditionally, you've got the TV in the middle and you've got a speaker on each side. Because I'm like old, the newer technology of sound bars and even the little speaker I have connected up to my small screen over here, this little Bluetooth, was like $30, $35. The thing makes acceptable sound quality. And that's at the bottom end of quality. But because I'm old thinking, I think speakers, right? I don't think about sound bar and, because I'm not going to get the sound out of it that I want. Because I remember back when these devices first came out and they didn't stand up to the sound that you got from a traditional stereo speaker setup. Ideally subwoofer too. So the thought I had was, I already have a 12-inch subwoofer right up there. If I could add some monitor type speakers to the sides of the television, but also have the subwoofer integrated, I would have some serious movie sound. And that's what I'm shooting for, is movie sound. I gave my daughter all of my stereo equipment when I downsized. She got my Samsung Plasma, I think it was a 50-inch or 55-inch, like one of the last Plasma models that was made. And she got my Onkyo 7.2 stereo system. 2 subwoofers, excellent stereo system with great movie sound. You put on like Avatar, and with that stereo on, oh my God, just incredible. A movie is great to watch, but a movie with sound it's a whole different ballgame, right? Those of you that have movie sound, you know what I'm talking about. And I've always called that to my daughter. I always call it movie sound. And she's got my Onkyo 7.2 set up there for movie sound. Now, she's not as into it as I am. Unfortunately, I've tried to really encourage her to experience movies with movie sound. She's like, I don't really watch that many movies, Dad. Saying all the stuff that I don't want to hear. I want her to experience movie sound. So this project here, when I was back in New York, I said, okay, I'm going to do this. If I can get a 12-volt amp and a couple of speakers, I can run this without using a ton of power. Now, I already have 2 amplifiers in my power cabinet up there. One of them powers the speakers that are behind my head up in the cab, and the other amp is for the subwoofer. But I've already got them hooked up to the stereo system. Now, can you feed 2 signals into the same amplifier? For the 4-channel amp, yes, because I'm only using 2 of the channels for those 2 speakers up in the front. So I could, in essence, plug into that other amp, that 12-volt car amp that's up there, and power my 2 new movie sound speakers. Even better, what if I was able to just use the subwoofer amp that's already there and have 2 inputs go into that? It actually has dual inputs on the JBL amp, and only one of them is used for the joining. So I could, oops, I didn't mean to do that. So the other input could be from the movie sound amp, or from the movie sound. So how am I going to get audio out? So my Android TV box has 3.5 millimeter audio out, so no problem there, but it would give me a stereo output. And then I would have to split one of those to feed the subwoofer amp. So that's why I thought using its own little discrete amplifier would be the best bet. So in New York, I buy this stuff. I buy some speakers, and I buy a little 3-channel, little kind of kit amp. It's a little kit, I'm going to call it. It's also got Bluetooth. You can Bluetooth into it and play stuff. So I have all that. I've been carrying it around. And now that I'm focusing on my weight and all the stuff I have and my space limitations and all my gear, I'm starting to think about, well, gosh, I have this box of their Klipsch speakers, kind of like bookshelf speakers. still in their box in my side cabinet over where my batteries and inverter and stuff is. It's sitting on the shelf above them, taking up a whole bunch of space. And if I open those up and then mount them up here on the wall where I've always planned to do it, it's going to not only shift that weight forward, but it's going to clear up a whole bunch of space where I can move some stuff up there, because that's in front of the rear axle. So I could move some items that are behind the axle in the cabinets, and I could put it up there. So maybe, 25 or 50 pounds worth, shifting it in front of the axle, even better. So today I'm looking at it. I have to move my TV, then get those speakers in here and get them mounted up to the wall. So I'm going to figure all that out before I do any of the wiring. Because if I run into a roadblock, I don't want to have wasted time doing the wiring if I can't physically mount the stuff up there. So long story long, that's what I'm going to fiddle with today. I know there's probably 6 of you out there that are excited by this kind of project. And the rest of you are like, nah, whatever. Come along, inside David's brain. I've never even taken these out of the box. So these are, any of you that are my age and into my same kind of stuff that I am, you probably know the name Klipsch. I found these on a super special sale. They were $100 for the pair. And I can tell by they're good speakers. They got some weight to them. I can't remember the specs. I bought these so long ago. But these are, I think they're going to give us some really good movie sound. They're ported. They got a bass port in the back. So what I'll do, they came with a strip pad of rubber bumpers here. I'll put the rubber bumpers on the back 4 corners. And then you do the screw mount and hang it. And the rubber bumpers will give it some good pressure so it'll hold itself. If I'm not happy with how secure that is, then I'll have to put a small lip shelf just to take the weight. Those look great. Not even remembering the specs. I know I measured all these before I went and found a pair that I wanted, and the measurements were good. And now that I'm seeing them, I'm happy because they're not very wide, which is going to be great up there. Where it goes on the left side of the TV, there's not a lot of space there. Oh, that's the space I'm talking about. So that's where the TV is currently mounted. So that's going to come down. It's going to mount on that area now. And then the arm will go this way. So the TV will be, I was trying to get it so that it's right in the middle of this wall expanse here. Hey, you already had one. Finish your dinner. I don't want to hear it. Hey, that's enough. Watch it. Watch my speaker. Don't. Hey, not the slipper. Dude. Lefty. Give me the slipper. Hey, this is not playtime. This is work time. Okay? This is work time. Okay. Lefty. Hey. Okay, I got the TV down. Boy, was it dusty on the back. I just wiped that all down. Oh my gosh. Well, that's been up there for just about 3 years, so not surprised. A whole herd of elk just ran probably 40 feet in front of the truck. And Lefty's laying there, and all of a sudden they're right in front of him. He just went nutso. I couldn't get the camera out. There was probably 20 or 25 of them. You could hear the hoofs, and they were galloping along, and they went across the street and up the hill over there. Wow, that was cool. Right in your living room, huh, Left? Okay, we've got it up here. You could hang a lot of weight on this thing. So that's very solid. I've got this modified, which brought the TV back down because this got raised up. So now I'm going to take the TV and we're going to pre-position it up here and see if it fits. Fits. Perfect. All right. Okay. Whoo! Yeah. Let's get it tightened up. Wow, that looks so different. I'm so used to it being over there. And it's not quite in the center. This mount, the length of the arm, it's about 3 inches that way. So I mean, I can tell. But I was online trying to find a mount that's the exact length I need, and as of yet I haven't found one. So I think this is just going to have to do like that. So I still have room to open I can still access that cabinet. I use that that's where my laundry supplies go. So that's where I'm going to do it. Well, I've got them mounted. I'm going to call that the mechanical part of the job. So I'm going to stop for today, and then tomorrow I'm going to do the wiring. So I put a little L bracket on the bottom side that's 3M taped to the bottom of the speaker box. So they're slid down on the screw and then attached to that and attached to the wall. So that should keep them from moving around. I'm going to just keep my eyes on them, you know, the first trip that we take, just to make sure that I didn't make a mistake and that they fall off the wall. Are you bored? Because I'm spending all my time fiddling? Huh? You being a good boy? You got to see that whole herd of elk. Oh my goodness. All those deer. Oh my goodness. You imagine that he's just out there laying in the chair enjoying himself, and not 40 feet away a whole herd of elk goes running by him. I think in a dog's world that's got to be pretty cool.
Hospital with a big hole blown through the middle of my life. I started having these dreams of flying.
Today is a long overdue project, and for those of you that have been gently reminding me to get this done, thank you, because someone, I think it was Scott, you left a comment yesterday. I saw that one and I said, that's it, I'm going to get this done today. I've been super putting this off. So I think of these 3 styles, I'm going to go with this one. I tested it with Lefty's leash. So this clips in here really nice. You know, there's no restriction. You know, the next size up is this really large one, which I think is quite a bit too much for what I'm doing here. I mean, up here is definitely more convenient. There you go. I'm going to put some 3M VHB tape on the back side of this. It helps to as a sealant for the holes. You know, this is the foam based VHB tape, so I'll put a strip of it right along there, and it helps to seal the holes from water. Now, this is on a vertical, not horizontal, so I'm not super concerned about water running down in there, but this will act as a good sealant for it. And I'm putting some very small screws in just to, just to snug it up. This would probably hold it on its own, but just a couple of small screws just to snug it up there. If y'all haven't discovered the true glory of using these kind of D-ring fasteners, they're awesome. If you got to hang stuff up or use them to hook bungee cords into. So I've got all different styles and sizes, and I love them. You can find them on Amazon. Order a bag of them, get a couple different styles. They come in so handy for things. All right, so there's the VHB tape. I need my drill bit set. You can see I'm a little lacking down here on the smaller sizes, and that's the problem. The smallest one I had was too small for the screw I have, and so the screw bound up and broke. So I need to get, this is the Vermont American. You can guess where that came from. That's Hobo Freight. I probably bought these, oh my gosh, 8 years ago. And I've gotten by with them, but it's time. Ugh, how frustrating. There. I've got the top screw. So far so good. Perfect. I finally did it.
Okay, here we go. There you go. Okay, there you go. Go ahead, go pee-pee.
What? You sat here grumbling about going out. Yeah, somebody got lucky getting out of here. That is, well, it's easily over a foot deep, and you can see all the pieces of wood that they were using to help themselves get unstuck. Oh, is there a truck down in there left? You gonna find it? But they, see that? Whoa, dude! He just roostered me. What is it? Oh my goodness! Attack pounce. What is that? He's so funny when he does that. Go, God, go, yeah. Again, 8 years of digging, he's never dug something up. But he's like, this is gonna be the time. This is it. I'm gonna get something this time. What is it? Huh? What? What? But this is keeping his toenails trimmed down and gives him a great workout. He's already lost pretty much all of the winter fat that he had. It was collecting up on him back here. You see that little bump right there? That's where his fat lands when he puts on weight, and that is much disappeared since we've been here doing way better hikes. Get that. This afternoon there's been an influx of new campers coming into this area, and I've been here watching the ground slowly dry, and these people just came ripping in here, that Class C, and they're stuck. And luckily, a caravan of 3 Jeeps just was driving by, and they flagged them down. So now these 3 Jeeps are up in there, hopefully going to help them. But that area that they're in up there, I would have never driven in there. That's a really wet. I mean, the ground, it's very deceiving. Like, we just walked like around this area here, and we're walking along, and then all of a sudden, I sink down 6 inches, even though the ground looks nice and dry. So you can't just assume because, you know, it's dry like right here, it's not dry over there. And I'm only 200 pounds, so imagine, you know, a Class C with a bunch of weight behind it. And I could hear them that they were stuck trying to get out, but now these Jeeps look like they're gonna set up and get them pulled out of there. Can I help you? Can I help you with something? I'm just sitting here on my phone. Dude, we already did the walk this morning. We just got back. Okay. So what? Left? I don't know what you want. You already got 2 treats. And your food is right there that you're picking at. What do you want? Huh?